Welcome back to another episode of Back to the Drawing Board. I'm Alec, and today we're taking a look at the Denver Broncos. The Broncos, they're an interesting team due to the fact that they have a really high ceiling, could be really good, but they would rather make mistakes. They'd rather not be as good as they can be. We saw this with Russell Wilson. We thought that bringing in Russell Wilson with Jerry Jeudy, with Cortland Sutton, that this offense was going to be high-powered. They're going to do everything. They're going to spread the ball across the field. But that's not what happened. It's not. This Broncos team, they need to make some adjustments. They need to decide what they want to do as far as Russell Wilson, as far as their quarterback. Their defense is obviously pretty good. So in the draft, I have them beefing up that defense. I'm taking Byron Murphy, a D lineman out of Texas, who is the best defensive lineman in this draft. In the NCAA last year, he had the highest pressure rate out of anyone in Division I. He can disrupt the pass, disrupt the run. As we can see, he can definitely get to the quarterback. And going off that, he had the highest PFF grade this past season at 91.5. He's a borderline stud. I think that he's a day one starter. I think he'd be a day one impact. This defense could be scary. It could get really scary for this defense. I think that with the addition of Murphy, that they could do a lot with this defense and what schemes they want to run. They have Justin Simmons, Pat Surtain, Byron Murphy now. They're good. They have a good defense. They'll be set there. Now, although they don't have a second-round pick, I think they should find a way to trade in the second round and get a quarterback, whether it be J.J. McCarthy, whether it be Michael Penix Jr., whether they find some random diamond in the rough quarterback like we've seen Brock Purdy do with the Niners. They need a quarterback. Plain and simple. Russell Wilson is not what he once was. I think they're going to cut him, or honestly, they can just trade him. However, they need to get into that second round where they get a good quarterback or a proven winner, whichever one they want. Now, moving on to free agency, the Broncos are actually in debt. They're in debt $24 million. So, since they need to get rid of big contracts, like I said, they're cutting or they're trading Russell Wilson. We know how he was in his prime. We know Danger Russ. We know what he was capable of. But now he's on the back end of his career. He's not Tom Brady. He's not still slinging the ball like he once was. He's not the guy for the job, really. So, with that said, I have them they'll probably trade him for like a second, third round pick maybe. And sadly, Jarrett Stidham needs to be cut too. Their backup quarterback. I mean, I don't know why they gave Jarrett Stidham as much money as they did, but both these contracts, Russell and Stidham, both come out to $24 million. So that solves their free agency debt problem. Moving on to their coaching staff. I actually really like their coaching staff. I think with the right pieces, this coaching staff could win consistently. Great receivers, great line, great defense. They can make good plays. I mean, like, this coaching staff, they work out the kinks, they work out the nuts and bolts. I think that they have the chance to do something great. I think the Broncos could be right up there in the playoffs, fighting for a playoff spot. Sean Payton's a proven winner. We know that. He's got a Super Bowl. I think that, when it's all said and done, this team could be pretty good down the line. I think they can do that. So with that said, here are all the changes I made to the Broncos this episode. And that's going to do it for another episode of Back to the Drawing Board from the UCTV studio. I'm Alec, and I'll see you next time.